So now we will see some hot questions in natural phenomena. So why when a charged balloon is repelled by a charged balloon, but why what happens when an uncharged balloon, why an uncharged balloon attracts a charged balloon? Because we know the charges are two types. The very much concept is like charges repel each other, and we know that unlike charges attract each other. So based on this concept, it works. So that's the reason a charged balloon repels, and uncharged balloon attracts. Next question. Explain why a glass rod can be charged by rubbing when held by hand, but an iron rod cannot be charged by rubbing. Why iron rod cannot be charged? We know iron rod is a metal which is a conductor. So it conducts the electricity, it conducts the electric charge through our body, conducts electric charge to our hand. From our hand it goes to the earth. So that is the reason we cannot charge the metal generally by rubbing. So it becomes always iron rod. The metals remain uncharged by rubbing held hand by hand. Now a glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth and inflated balloon rubbed with woolen cloth. Name out of glass rod, silk, rubber balloon, woolen cloth which acquires positive charge and negative charge. Always remember, the object becomes positive charge on losing electrons, and object becomes negative charge on gaining electrons. In the case of glass rod and silk cloth, glass rod is getting rubbed. Glass rod is rubbed. So silk cloth loses electrons. So it becomes silk cloth is going to lose electron. But here the thing is, always remember, a glass rod, we absorb glass rod is always going to be a positive charged. So now here on rubbing, glass rod is rubbed with silk cloth. So if we go by the convention of this concept, so silk cloth here, it becomes now the deficiency of electrons in the glass. So the silk cloth is rubbed with silk cloth. So silk cloth, what happens here? Silk cloth will loses electrons. So here the only exception is glass rod. On even though this concept I say object becomes positive charge on losing electron, it becomes negative charged on gaining electron. So the only thing is here on convention, always the glass rod is always positive charge. Glass rod is always positive charged. This is by convention. It is already assumed glass rod is positive charged. So if that is the case, then silk will be negative charge, because we know glass rod is positive charged. So glass rod is positive. Glass rod is positive. We know glass rod is positive. Silk is, because of this, silk is negative charge. Same way, when we compare the rubber balloon and the woolen cloth, the woolen cloth loses electrons. That electrons moves to the balloon surface. So now the balloon always becomes negative charge. The woolen becomes the positive charge. So here this is by woolen is positive charge, rubber becomes negative charged. So because all this is because of the convention, but in general the object which loses electrons will become positive charge, The object which gains electrons will become negative charge. But this is happening because of here for the woolen cloth rubbed with the woolen cloth rubbed by a rubber balloon follows the rule. This follows the rule because the woolen cloth is losing electron, so it becomes positive charge. Rubber balloon is gaining electron, it's becoming negative charged. The only exception would be the glass rod and the silk cloth for this concept, because it is by convention, it is assumed that glass rod is going to be positive. So what next question? What will you observe when the metal top of an electroscope is touched with a positively charged body? So this positively charged body, so the metal top becomes positive. It conducts, no? So this also becomes positive. Then the leaves also become positive. So like charges, both the leaves become positive. So it will repel each other. They will diverge. Same way, if you touch a negative top, the metal top becomes negative. Same way, the leaves will become negative charge. Two leaves will become negative charge. So same way, like charges repel each other, or they are going to diverge in both the cases. Next question. An earthquake measures 3 on the Richter scale. Would it be recorded by the seismograph? Yes, seismograph is a device used to record the earthquake on Richter scale. Yes, it will be recorded on the Richter scale. No, it will not cause much damage. No, because it should be greater than 7. The Richter scale should show greater than 7. That is only when you say it's a destructive earthquake. So hope these videos are helpful for you in chapter natural phenomena.